Good afternoon and welcome to the Town Commission meeting on Tuesday, February 4th, 2025 at 1:32 p.m. Kindly silence your cell phones or electronic devices. I have a roll call, please, Anelda.
Commissioner Goldberg,
Here.
Commissioner Peters,
Present.
Commissioner David,
Present.
Vice Mayor Stern,
Present.
Mayor Moore is absent attending a meeting. Town Manager Labadie is also absent attending a meeting. Attorney Rubin.
Present.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the mayor and the town manager at a Palm Beach County Commission meeting where their topic is Milani Park, so that's why they're not here. That hasn't come up as yet. Quick, please rise for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are there any changes to the agenda? Anyone have any changes?
No.
Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the agenda?
I move we approve the agenda as presented.
Seconded.
Thank you. All in favor, say yes.
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 Any opposed? No, thank you. There are no presentation of proclamations. Public comments will be limited to 5 minutes per speaker. Are there any public comments?
Good afternoon. My name is Maggie Chapelier, and I want to talk about one of your strategic priorities, which is signage. I want to emphasize what's going on in Highland Beach with the temporary signs. For example, all the other municipalities like ours, Coral Gables, Manalapan, Palm Beach, their signs are considerably smaller than ours. I looked at the MUNA codes for each one of these municipalities, and they're 5 inches by 8 inches. If you look at ours, it's 24 inches by 24 inches, which is a very large sign. The realtors are taking advantage of the situation by having these huge pedestal things, white post things, and they're putting signs on top and on the bottom, things like pool, dock, and then something else. So we have all these enormous signs up and down the side streets, Bel Air Drive, Russell Drive, those kinds of things. I know that the high rises don't allow these signs, and those units get sold as well. There are some signs that are temporary that we have called, and the people who answer the phone said, "Oh, we don't have anything for sale. We're just using it as a marketing tool." So we complained to code enforcement, and they had them remove. They had 2 signs. Now it's just 1 sign, and it's there forever. I know that on my street, there is a sign at the very end towards A1A that doesn't move. That's another marketing ploy. So we are 24 inches by 24 inches. We have these huge posts. The other municipalities do not allow this. And according to our ordinance for Highland Beach, it would be considered a visual nuisance, all these signs. Also, we need to address the setbacks. I would like, if possible, I represent a group of concerned citizens who've come to me about this, if we could possibly get on the agenda and make a presentation, because we're very passionate about our town, its beauty, and now that we're getting our roads fixed and everything is coming together, let's do something about this outrageous size sign. Another example is Miami-Dade County. I know I have 2 minutes left. Miami-Dade County's signs are even smaller than ours. And that's a county sign. So our sign should be changed in the upcoming future. And in summary, I want to say that we adopt either the Coral Gables or other featured municipality ordinance in terms of the temporary signage issue. Perhaps limit for sale signs in single-family units to the same thing for multifamily units. For example, let's ban in the multifamily units like the quads, the fours, that have more than 2 units to the same thing like the condo rules, which is small sign or no sign. Any questions? Can I be on your agenda, please?
Thank you. I'll refer this to the town manager, and this happens to be one of our strategic priorities, and I will refer your comments.
I
Thank
talked
you.
to him about 6 months ago, and he said to please send the commissioners an email, which I did 6 months ago. I just want to remind you all that we're interested in this strategic priority going through.
Thank you. Are there any other public comments? Hearing none, public comments are now closed. Ordinances, 3 minutes per speaker. There are none on the agenda as of now. Consent agenda. Are there any comments from the commission on the consent agenda?
No comments.
Okay.
I move we accept the consent agenda as presented.
is there a second?
Seconded.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Accepted. Okay. Unfinished business. Building Department recertification program update.
Turn it on.
Button. Push the button.
Push the button.
Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello, my name is Katerina Chadawi. I'm here again to present an update for the Milestone Recertification Program. So since the last update, we have had 1 building recertified. So that makes 15 buildings out of the 53 that are required. 3 buildings are currently under review for their Phase 1 reports. 2 buildings still require additional information. We have 3 buildings that are overdue on their concrete restoration application. 2 buildings have requested an extension to apply for their restoration permit. 24 buildings are still under concrete restoration permit. 1 building, we sent them a notification late last year, and they are within the due date to submit the initial Phase 1 reports. And then that brings us to 3 buildings now where no status is mentioned because their due date is too far to be notified.
Questions?
So it appears that we're doing well.
Yes.
We have many that have completed and many that are in progress, but there's no outright non-compliance or no response.
Correct.
That's great. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
I guess we have more than Boca still, I guess, we'll say. Yeah, no, good job.
Yes,
Thank
thank you. Thank you very much.
Are there any public comments on this issue? Hearing none, the public comments are now closed. The next item is the Florida Department of Transportation project update. Winelda, who is going to give the?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm ready for any questions you have. The update is they're doing what they're doing. If you have any questions, I'm on them every week. I was on the phone today with them about the silt fence, the tree protection, the MOT, the potholes. So I've been digging at them every week, and when we're not paying the bill, they don't listen as well as they do if the state's paying the bill. So, but I'm trying, I'm giving them my all. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, are they on schedule for completion? And when would that?
They do have, I noticed today, they do have 24 weather days, so that's going to extend it into July. So it is getting pushed back a little bit, but that's all due to out of control with weather. But other than that, they're on their target.
And another question that keeps coming up, and I
Uh-huh.
just want to reaffirm the left-hand turn lane onto Linton. When is that scheduled to take place?
They won't nail down a date, but it's coming. That's the best I can get out of them. They are going to work on it, but see, once they're going that way, they don't want to take all the machinery back this way until they get everything done there. Then they'll work their way back. So they're not going to hop, skip around and jump around. So right now they're trying to finish the milling and not the final pavement. A lot of people misunderstand that this is nowhere near the final. This is just like a scratch coat. So they're building it up so they can get to the level they need to. Then they'll shift the crown over and then widen everything out.
Questions on the commission? Go ahead.
Have they done the bike lanes? I was looking when I was walking over today and they,
Mhm.
looks like they, if they put 5 feet bike lanes on each side, there's not enough for the road. Are they going further with the blacktop when they put them on? Or is that part of it?
That's part of it.
Part of it?
Any other questions?
I have a question. I
Mhm.
know we've asked this before, but I would just like you to speak towards it.
Mhm.
The sidewalks,
Uh-huh.
ultimately, are they going to be done as well?
There are parts that are going to be raised, not the whole sidewalk, just certain chronic areas that flood and that are below elevation. They will be raising those and bring them up to elevation. And then after they're done, we'll come in and patchwork the rest of it to make it look good. But they're not going to do the whole path, just the problem parts.
But it will look consistent and in conformity
Yes.
for our 3
That's-
miles?
That's the plan. That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I see some sections up by Latitude that they caused the damage.
Right.
On the sidewalk.
And if you notice, which you shouldn't take your eyes off the wheel now with all this going on, but if you see any of the stakes alongside the road, that will be the edge of pavement.
Oh,
You will
okay.
notice, if you see the stakes with the orange around them,
That's
that
not
will
bad.
be the final end of pavement for the bike lane. So you'll see it's getting pretty wide on this side. Not much on that side. Everything's shifted this way to the west.
Are they also going into the land on the east side?
Very, very little because of the dune. Because of the
Yeah.
dune, they can't chop the dune off and start, so that's why everything's this way.
Okay. I know that was the original plan, but it was
Correct.
hard to discern. It didn't seem
Yes,
that the paths were, well, we don't know what the paths will look like right now.
correct,
Okay.
correct.
Pat, do you know if they're going to Delray or Boca when this is completed?
Now, I've asked that question. Now, there's 2 different companies. One's going to go south, one's going to go north, but when they leave here, this one's going to Delray. From what I understood. That's what I was told, that this crew will be going to Delray.
Yeah, I was telling,
Oh, Boca was?
28. Yeah, I was telling Pat, I was driving the other day, I hit a pothole. I felt like I was in New York.
Yeah.
And my car said, "You're in an accident." I said, "No, I'm not in an accident," But anyway, but because, people calling, Pat had it fixed the next day, so it was filled.
Okay, any public comments or questions? Thank you.
All
Hearing
right,
none.
thank
Thank
you,
you, Pat.
Commissioner. Thank
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
New business. Resolution number 2025-004. A resolution of the Town Commission of Town of Highland Beach, Florida, approving the intercoastal agreement with Palm Beach County to redetermine, readopt, and ratify the existing distribution formula for the 6-cent local option fuel tax and providing an effective date. Comments from the commission?
So do you want me to do a little intro? Would that
Please.
be helpful?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. okay.
So under the Florida statutes, the county can impose a fuel tax up to 6 cents, and they do 6 cents in Palm Beach County. So I guess it was 25 years ago, last time they did this. And now the ordinance and the existing interlocal are expiring, and so they need to enter into a new interlocal agreement. And they have to get approval from more than 50% or municipalities representing more than 50% of the incorporated area. So they're asking the cities to sign on to the interlocal. The town of Highland Beach's share is not that big. It's based on, you can see the formula in the bag. It's based on how much roadway you have and then that percentage of the county. And then they take the population and they prorate that. So it's a very small amount, but it is a revenue source, albeit not that great. And so it's just approval of the new interlocal agreement for another 25 years.
Doesn't appear that there's any downside for us.
No,
passing.
there's no downside.
And the upside, other than us getting a little bit of money, is that we help meet that 50% for other places.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other comments?
And the dramatically minimal increase for our bike lanes. Might have a few pennies in there.
Pennies is right, though.
Are there any public comments? Hearing none. Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the resolution?
I move that we approve resolution number 2025-04.
Seconded.
May I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner David,
Yes.
Commissioner Goldberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Peters,
Yes.
and Vice Mayor Stern.
Yes,
Motion carries.
I think this is going to be the shortest meeting in history, huh? Okay. Town commission reports. Judy?
Well, I was thinking this morning about our Commissioner David, and I know that we're going to have another meeting, right? March meeting. But I just wanted to comment how and acknowledge how grateful I am that I had the chance to sit on the commission with Evelyn. She's just been a wonderful colleague. Her intellect, her preparedness, everything about what you expect in a commissioner. That's Evelyn. So thank you.
You're making me blush. Thank you.
You're welcome. That's all I have to say today.
You're going to have to brush up on your motions, whenever.
I know. I'm all
Yeah.
prepared. The cheat sheet, as a lawyer, it's an easy segue for me.
Jason, you're safe.
Yeah, Jason, you gotta. Yeah, I'd just like to echo the same thing because I will miss Evelyn. I mean, I said we need her on the board here, but we're going to miss her and, but she's not going away. We're going to be here and
Not going
we got
away.
her,
You got
close by. So, thank you.
Being on this commission has been one of the highlights of my life. It's given me a tremendous amount of satisfaction, and I love the fact that we have civil meetings and that we have accomplished so much in the 6 years that I've been here. I look back and it just boggles the mind how much we've actually accomplished because government works very slowly. And sometimes we get to speed it up, but thank you for your wonderful words.
Echo the thank yous for a great job. Thank you so much. Do you have a report on?
I do not. I was just want to make a comment. Your building department, very impressive. Nobody else has nearly that compliance with their milestone inspections. I mean, I know that as a commission, you all jumped on it really early and we did the ordinance and all that kind of stuff, but very impressive because a lot of the other cities are struggling to get the compliance.
Well, part of that is our building department goes out and knocks some heads together if they don't comply.
Whatever it takes.
So they're really good at getting it done.
But yeah, that was my only comment. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Announcements, board vacancies, Board of Adjustment and Appeals, 1 vacancy for a 3-year term. Code Enforcement Board, 1 3-year term and 1 vacancy for an expired term ending May 30th, 2025. Meetings and events, Natural Resource Preservation Board, February 5th at 11 a.m. Special Magistrate Hearing, February 11th at 1 p.m. Financial Advisory Board, February 24th at 11 a.m. And next Town Commission meeting is March 4th at 1:30 p.m. Any other comments? Any other public comments? I thank you all and I will adjourn the meeting at 1:50. Wow.
No, there-
Wow.
There's ever been a
There you
20-minute
go.
meeting. Wow.
Okay. Didn't pay for me to plug this in.
I was going to say, yeah.
Get down again. Oh, God.
Listen,
Has to be a better
it
way.
took me longer to get here than the meeting was.
I'd like to leave this here if it wasn't a month.
Well, because I couldn't make a left-hand turn out of my driveway.
So you had
Because-
to go all the way to Spanish River down?
Because I kept trying. And what happened was the northbound lane it would move a little bit, but it kept backing up because cars kept coming from Spanish River. So there was never a space for me to be able to go. And finally I said, forget this.
I hope that's not a forecast for what's gonna happen with the parking. The Milani Park.
I hope it's, but they're supposed to do a traffic study.
No,
So-
no, there was, I noticed that. There was no signature.
Thing is, it wouldn't be quite, they're not gonna do it while we're having road construction. Because that gives a false picture, to be honest.
All right, well.
I know,
Yeah, right.
I have several exits and entrances.
Yes, I
That's
think we
gotta
do.
go back and do the words.
Okay, thanks.
She's having all the.
It's not bad on the north end though, right? It's not bad that. It's so far.
Yeah.